What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Western Wild Survival. We are back here on the farm, and as you can see, I've already squared out the corners like I was mentioning in the last episode. I'd like to clean up the edges a little bit, get some actual clean, straight edges. We'll worry about that later. But right now, we're actually going to head up to the store and pick up a mulcher and go ahead and mulch that field. And then from there, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to get into. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at for right now. So, how's everybody doing out there? Hopefully you're doing wonderful. I am doing absolutely fantastic. Stone Valley is finally released. So, and I believe you'll see the Stone Valley video before this one, because I just recorded a quick map tour and talked about a couple of things in there. But yeah, so hopefully you guys watch that video and you enjoy it. It's a little bit different than my typical. It's just a map tour, and then I talk about what I've been referring to as the secret plan. Yeah, multiplayer servers. So there's a couple possibilities we can go with as far as multiplayer servers. So I talked about that. So go over to that video and watch that. I'll leave a little card for it up in the corner so you can get to it easily. And don't forget to hop into the Discord, because a lot of the conversation is going to go on there as well. And yeah, so let's get into this and hop into the store. Let's go to mulchers, and we want this one right here. Let's go ahead and pick that up, $21,000. And then we will get down to the farm and start mulching that field. Now, somebody actually commented down below, and I have the name here somewhere. Let's get underway to the farm actually real quick. Yeah. So, Rob J commented on the last video about the courseplay issue that I was having. So I'll get into that once we get down here, because I am going to set him up on a courseplay and see how he does on the square field. Definitely, to me personally, it seems like the courseplay does better on square fields. And I know definitely hired workers, AI workers, definitely does a better job on squared fields. But yeah, we'll get down here and get started on this field, so give me just a second. Okay, we are here in courseplay. So actually what we need to do is go to there and go to the courseplay settings. So if we go to courseplay and then expert mode, activate that. Now let's see if we could find what we're looking for. We're trying to get the tractor to stop until it's empty. So if we go into, I don't know why that courseplay stuff is disappearing whenever I do that. Yeah, see, the menus are starting to do some wonky things here, guys. It's pulling up the calendar for some reason. So let me figure this out real quick, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm not seeing it in here. I'm looking to get the harvester to stop until it's full, or until it's empty. So like when I'm pulling up next to it to empty it, when it stops, that is saying it's full, and then I go to harvest it, or pick up the harvest, then it'll stay seating, stay sitting until it's empty. But yeah, I can't find it in there. So it was a good shot. Appreciate you letting me know. So let's go number of headlands 2, and we're gonna go headland corners sharp, and we will leave everything else the way it is, and let's generate that course and come out here. We'll pull up the visibility of it. We are set up in the right spot, so let's go to first waypoint and play and see how this thing does on a square field. Yeah, see, like little areas like this I want to clean up. That way it's just solid straight lines all the way down, which I'll get to all that whenever whenever I get some free time to do that. So yeah, this is gonna, it looks like it's gonna take a little while to get this mulching done, but let's actually hop out and let's head over to the farm and see what else we could possibly get into. Alright, so I went ahead and ran the lettuce that we had down to the sell point at the train yard and came back up and checked on this. It is doing perfectly fine on the square field with course play. Yes, I switched over to GPS so I can actually do the field myself, and I missed a little strip there because I set up the I had the GPS positioned wrong, or the tractor position just a little too far over to set the GPS, but that's okay. We'll go back and get that. No big deal. There's a couple of spots that I'll have to go back and get anyways. But yeah, so I'm going to spend a little while doing this field. Shouldn't actually take too long. So I forgot to set the speed, take it off a cruise, or ramp up the cruise speed from when I was running the grain trailer with the harvester. So that's why it was moving so slow before. But everything is good to go now. And we'll continue on working on this field and bring you guys back in whenever it is done. Alright, we got this field all finished. I went around and touched up the little areas that was missed. And we're coming back into the farm. We'll just drop this off over here off to the side for now. And we're going to check the field status and see where we're at. See if there's anything else that we need to do right now. So what I'm going to do is actually park this right in front of the plow. And jump into the menu here. So I think right there should be good. Yeah. Alright, we need to actually get some fuel for this thing, so we'll pull around right here and get it going with the fuel. And I just noticed that my interactive zone markers are off, so let me turn that back on. And let's hop into the map and take a look at it. So we don't have any soil samples of those areas right there, so we may have to do that real quick. So we're plowed, and Let's see, weed, mulch. So let's turn that off, and let's turn stones off. So yes, we are all mulched and good to go on that. So if we go into precision farming, and we take a look at our pH levels. So our pH levels are looking pretty good so far. And our nitrogen levels are very, very low. So it needs to be fertilized. So we'll take care of the fertilizing whenever we go and do our next session of seeding. So we'll throw the seed down, fertilize, and check it then. We may have to throw down a second layer of fertilizer right here in this area. But that's no big deal. So now, with that being said, let's come over here while we're over this way. And actually, I can just go into the menu for this. And let's take a look at our animals. See how our animals are doing. So these are our 0-month animals right here. Excuse me. 0-month animals right here. We have 0-month here. We have our age. Our 9-month. And our 9 months, so we're looking good. Our food, we're at good levels of food and water for right now. So total capacity effectiveness, not very good. So maybe we should go ahead and drop some food into the pig pens and get that rolling. So actually we can just tab over to our tractor, our Ford, and we'll drop the trailer off to the side, and we'll use the pallets to move the bags of pig feed. And then we could actually also go ahead and just top off the water as well while we're at it. So let's go ahead and get that done. Go ahead and drop that and come around with our pallet forks and pick up some bags of pig feed. So actually that row in the back there is the row that is... Actually, no. It's going to be this row right here. That is already kind of sort of partially used. So let's zoom in here so we can kind of see what we're doing. And let's pick that up. Get that in right there. We'll bring this on over to the pig food area. Alright, there we go. That bag is gone. Let's see if I can get 2 at a time here. Oh yeah. With that weight on the back of this tractor, we are good. So we'll go ahead and just back on up with these 2. Get these emptied into there. Yeah, not going to take long at all because they are already partially emptied. Now I could actually auto load this onto the trailer and just pull up next to it. That might be the quickest way to do it. So I may end up doing that for the last little bit. Alright, let's see, so that is it for that right there, and let's double check and see where these guys are at. So these are at 5885, these are at 6308, total capacity effectiveness is looking good. So let's go ahead and hook up to our trailer and load up the rest of it here. And we need to get it switched over to big bags as soon as we get it hooked up. Alright, so big bags, liquid tanks, big bag pallets, and big bags. Alright. Get rid of that, and let's go ahead and turn on our auto load. And just go ahead and load it all up. There we go. And we will go ahead and back right up to the other pen and get that going. Hopefully we should have enough food to go into both pens. There we go. Starting to take the food. And then we'll get the water here in just a minute. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on doing a multiplayer server on possibly Stone Valley? And I mentioned in that video of doing, checking out Stone Valley, that the way the property layout is as far as purchasing land is not really ideal for multiplayer. So, what do you guys think? Should we set up a multiplayer server on that Stone Valley map, or should I just do a single player series here on the channel of Stone Valley, and then we will set up a another map for the multiplayer servers? So there's a couple of options that we could do. We could always do Western Wilds as a multiplayer server. I could open up this right here, possibly. The problem with that would be that it can only be PC because of certain mods that I've been using in order for me to continue making the series. It would not be very ideal for me to drop all the mods that I have installed, because a lot of the mods I have are PC only. So the server would be PC only. Now we could always start a fresh one, but it wouldn't be one that I would be playing on, because I'm already doing a playthrough of Western Wilds here. We could always do Calmlands. Now Calmlands is basically the I believe it's based out of UK, or it's like a European version of this basically. Yeah, so, there's always that option to do Calmlands. I would suggest maybe No Man's Land, but that one's kind of already overdone as it is. So, yeah, think about that a little bit, and let me know what you guys think. If you have any other map suggestions that would be good for multiplayer, that a lot of people here would be interested in seeing as a series, because I want, like, if we do a multiplayer server, I would love to do a series on it where you guys are going to be part of the videos and all of that, where we can all play together and farm and everything. So yeah, if you have any other maps that would generate some interest, let me know down in the comments. You can also hop into the Discord server if you have not already, and drop the suggestions in there in the Farming Simulator channel that we have set up as far as text. I got to get all this stuff organized. My goodness, I'm all over the place. But yeah, so if you have any suggestions for a map, you can drop them in that channel on Discord. If you are not part of the Discord yet and you would like to be, the invite can be found in the description below in this video. It can also be found on the About section of the channel. And, yeah. In order to get access to the multiplayer servers, if we do, or when we do eventually get those set up, you would have to be a member of the Discord server. Just to make it easier for people to communicate that are on the server, and it's easier for me to communicate with you guys as far as the server stuff goes. So let's go ahead and hop over here and get this hooked up and get some water put into those pens as well. So of course I need to fill it up, so we'll continue talking about the multiplayer servers here for just a little bit. So there's a couple of options. I could do a console only, PC only. I'm definitely going to do a PC only version of the server. That'll give the PC players the ability to run all of the PC mods that we love to play with, and all of that. Then the console server will be console players only. That way all of you console players out there have something to get into. And then there is also the crossplay server. Now the crossplay server would have only the mods that are available for crossplay. And you know, we don't necessarily have to add a ton of mods in, but you know, the option is always there to add the mods to the crossplay server. So I think if I was to do it, then I would do one PC only server and one crossplay server. That way, you know, PC guys have the ability, like I said, to get all the big mods that they, you know, that we like to play with, and then the console players and PC players, if you know, like that would open up the ability for me to be able to play with the console players. So, and the series would be based off of the crossplay server. So that's something to think about as well. So think about all of that and let me know what your thoughts are. So let's go ahead and drop this right here. And our greenhouses should be good on water for now. Our pigs are topped off on food and water. Excuse me. We can actually... So I actually got rid of the pressure washer when I was building, you know, clearing out all of this over here and cleaning it up. So I'll have to buy another pressure washer and set that up to where we can wash all of our equipment. But for now, what I'm going to do is spend the next couple of minutes here actually just parking all of this equipment where we know where it's at. So I'll utilize that shed as much as I can to get all of this stuff parked up. So give me just a couple of minutes to get that done, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, you guys, we got all of the equipment parked up. I'll take a look at that here in just a minute with you guys. But right now, what we need to do is go ahead and get our soil samples of this section of the field right here where we plowed in the new sections. So if we go ahead and do that, we'll get the soil sample we need for this corner, and then I'll go around and get all the other ones. So yeah, I think we're definitely gonna have to get some more buildings put on the farm. And actually that brings me to another comment that was left, and it was an idea that I thought about, and I'm kind of glad somebody brought it up. So let me get over here and get this next soil sample. Right here should be good. We'll go ahead and do that. And as far as the buildings, Ravenloft 1978 says solar buildings would be a nice way to generate some income on the farm, as well as make it look clean and everything like that. So, and I absolutely agree, 100%. I think we're going to try to go with the majority of solar buildings, depending on what we can come across in the mod hub and what the base game offers and all of that stuff, because I want the farm to kind of look kind of, you know, uniform. But you know, if a couple of them stick out a little bit because they have solar panels on it, that's totally fine with me. It'll generate some income and all of that. Now we do also have the option of putting down a solar panel plant, and I'll show you that here. Well, that's taking a sample. If we go into store, we go into construction, and we go to production generators. Right here is a solar panel. Right there's another solar panel, and then there should have been, I think, in tools. If we search here in tools real quick. Okay, maybe it's not in tools. There was another one that I may have accidentally removed it, so I'll have to double check. But it was basically like a solar plant that you could place down. All it is just a placeable, and it generates your income for you on these solar power. So that would be a nice option to go with as far as some income to the farm. So that is our soil samples right there. We will go ahead and fold this up and raise it up. And I believe that is the button to send it. So we'll go ahead and send those soil samples off, and the results should be back here in just a minute. There it is. So if we go ahead and pull up our map, it should match up pretty close to what was already there, but let's just double check. And if we go to soil types, yes, so the rest of it is the silty clay up there in that corner, and then you also have the loam around the other corner. So it looks like we did not soil sample this field over here, so maybe we should go ahead and do that as well. But yeah, that shouldn't take but a minute because it's a skinny field, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys leaving the comments and suggestions and everything, all the feedback from the questions that I'm asking during these episodes. It definitely motivates me and encourages me to keep going with these series, because it actually shows me that you guys are watching and you're paying attention to what's going on in the videos. So thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I am enjoying the heck out of all of this. And hopefully you guys are too, which by the looks of things, you guys are absolutely loving this content. So we'll keep it going. Alright, let's move over just a little bit. Right about there. Should be good. We'll go ahead and take a sample there. Yep, 2 passes up and down this field. Alright, so we'll go ahead and raise that up and move forward. So it looks like we're going to get some interesting mixture of soil types here on the farm, which is totally fine with me. Just adds a little bit to the challenge. Oh, I don't want to miss anything, so let's go back and soil sample that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys think about a multiplayer server, because I know a few of you have asked about playing together, and I am all for it. I absolutely love multiplayer servers, you know, making new friends, working together with people. You know, while this game is extremely enjoyable as a single-player game, when you add the element of multiplayer into it, it just takes it to a whole nother level. And there's so many things that can be done, you know, both from just the enjoyment of the game aspect as well as content. You know, here on the YouTube channel, we're gonna have to go up there and get that little corner. I'm gonna square this field up whenever. Oh, looks like it got it, so we're gonna just move on to the next one. But yeah, we'll square this field up as well to match the other one. But yeah, so like I said, you know, it adds a whole nother level of possibilities as far as content being produced here on the channel that you guys get to be a part of. And you know, I know you've probably heard it a million times from other channels, other people doing YouTube videos, that, you know, the audience is always important, and blah 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 blah. Well, yeah, absolutely, 100%. That is fact. You know, the audience is extremely important. You know, you guys, if you guys don't watch the videos that we put out, then you know, it's kind of, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it makes it pointless. But, you know, as somebody that started out as a small streamer on Twitch, streaming to 0 people with the occasional pop in and quick exit, you know, for a very long time, for months, I'd say almost a year, it was like that. And you know, it was very discouraging. But, you know, when you guys actually interact in the comment section and provide feedback and suggestions to things in the video, it's definitely a very enjoyable experience. So, you know, again, thank you guys for participating in everything, and you know, making this making this worthwhile for me to do, and I absolutely enjoy the heck out of providing content for you guys. Alright, so let's send those soil samples off, and we should get our results back here pretty shortly. So in the meantime, we'll just drive on over to the farm, and I'll show you guys what we did with the equipment. There is the soil samples analyzed, $1,200. That's not bad. So we'll go ahead and, I am staring all over the place here. We'll go ahead and get pulled into the farm here and drop off this soil sampler in its spot, which is going to be right next to the fertilizer if we can fit it, which we should be able to. So the only bad thing about this right here, this setup right here, is that I'm going to have to pull things out of the way to get to other things. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, we have to do what we have to do in order to get things done. So let's hop out here real quick. I'll leave that running. So we have our Ford tractor with our front loader on it sitting there. I'll put a little dirt parking spot or something right there for it. So we got our sprayer, we got the mulcher, the plow back there, we got our weeder back there, or the hoe, sorry. Then we have the seeder, the fertilizer, and our soil sampler right there. And then over here we have our cultivator. Now that's as far back as it will fit, so I could possibly fit something smaller and shorter back there in that corner. I'll look into that. We'll just go ahead and leave this parked on our silo. We have the harvester parked back here in the back, and I left all the fertilizer and seed and all that lime and everything over there for now, and I'll just pick it up as I need it, and we should be good to go there. So we're gonna go over here to the house and go ahead and park up the tractor. Probably go ahead and put it right here, and that should be good to go. Oh, nope, I don't want to get back in it. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this one, you guys. This might be a little bit of a short episode. I know the last one was kind of short as well, but like I mentioned before, I've got some things going on with work, so my time is very limited for the next well, at this point, for at least the next week. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, comment down below. Feel free to drop any suggestions or anything like that, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Don't forget about the Discord server. Link is in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next one.